Hey everyone, I'm about to change strings on this flight TUSL-35. One of my criticisms of this instrument, and the criticisms are really weak, is just I didn't like the strings that it came with because I think it really traps it in its own mid sounds. So what I want to do is I want to film the same songs. Generally I do the same like test songs that other people use plus a couple others that I throw in there. But I want to film those with these Aquila Super Nylguts on them, and then I'm going to switch to another set of fluorocarbons. It'll probably be Martin 600s, but it might be something else. If I have something else, I just need to see what I've got in my drawer of strings that I have. Okay, so what I've just done is I went and changed the strings to these. These are these are the clear CMLG, so they're for concert. And ultimately, when you buy Worth strings, they're really good quality strings from Japan, but you get basically two for the price of one. So you cut the strings in half, and then you save them in the bags, and then you use them on a second instrument later. So even though they're a little more pricey, when you actually get two for one, it's not as bad as you think. And what I do when I change strings, and now you can see how it looks different with the clear fluorocarbons. Worth also makes brown strings, which are a fluorocarbon string with some brown material in it that changes the color and the texture a little bit. These are smooth fluorocarbons. But what I do is I tune frequently, and by the way, I'm using my Jawoom Smart Tuner. That way I don't really have to think about while I'm tuning up an instrument. But as I change the strings right away, my concept is play until the ukulele just settles into tune. Some people will do things like they'll run a pencil underneath, they'll stretch strings, they'll try to pull. I don't do any of that. I just put the strings on and I play until they go out of tune, and then I tune up again. So let's do the comparison. I'm going to tune up between each time. Right now, these strings may not be perfectly in tune by the time I'm done playing a little sample, and that's okay. But what I want you to listen to is sort of the frequency response between the original Aquilas and these Worth strings. Again, I could have put Martin M600s on them as well, but I went with the Worth, the CMs that I had. So let's do it. Here are sort of the sample songs I use. The first one is for Elise. The next song that I traditionally play is Pete McCarty's Rubber Ducky. Then I do sometimes the songs that are used by Barry Maz. I don't use his Creep anymore, which is finger picking, because I do the For Elise. But he does the beginning of Shimmy Like My Sister Kate or Cousin Kate or something like that. And that one kind of sounds like this. He also does a progression between E minor and B7. Then Mim does a version of Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Even if you don't know what that is, that sounds like this. other one I do is something called the Snowden Symphony by Mark Pugh, who works with Jumping Cow Music in the UK, and that sounds like this. Kind of like that. And then the next one that I do often is I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And then I've also done Baby Shark. Now, I know string choice is subjective, but to me, I like fluorocarbons better on this body than I do the Aquila Nylguts. And again, if you like the Nylguts, by all means, use them. They're great strings. I'm not saying they're bad strings, just saying that I like the sound and the frequency that fluorocarbons or even the Aquila sugar strings bring out on these TUS models, either the L or just the regular TUS model on the ukulele. So hopefully that helps you see the difference between that too, and you can understand why I have that preference. And if not, you are certainly welcome to disagree with that too. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll have more content for you soon.